Meredith Gorman here, and are you still not subscribed to Matt's channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
UFC 320, yes, we are back on pay-per-view. Ankalaev versus Pereira 2 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Two big-time title fights, guys. It's a good card. I like the card. Three very good fights to end the main card. It's a fairly deep card as well. We'll talk the main card like usual, provide free picks, leans, break down the fights and more. Link.me/system capping for client opportunities, records, resume, and all my content all over the years, all in one link. Currently handicapping PGA, NFL, UFC, NHL. We'll be handicapping at low volume. Also MLB playoffs as well. Funny, I only had 4 bets all of the MLB season. We're 4-0. So I'll be trying to pick my spots here moving forward in the playoffs. UFC Perth, no profit due to the Jake Matthews blunder, right? Jake Matthews was cruising first and second round. Looked great. I thought he got the finish in round 1. The ref called the fight and then somehow reversed it. I don't know what the hell happened there. Basically, if that didn't happen, we would have a profitable card. My main play was Matthews and Jimmy Crute. Jimmy Crute won his fight fairly easily. Neil Magny just showed that veteran gatekeeper skill set, right? Wins in the 3rd round, similar to that Mike Malott fight. Found a submission late in the fight. Very impressive for Magny. And I did mention, right, on the podcast last week that he was live. He was live at that price. Definitely value on the price on Magny because we've seen him do it before. But Jake Matthews did prove to be the better. His skill set was better, and it showed for 2.5 rounds. But at the end, Matthews most likely gassed out, couldn't finish Magny, and Magny's always live to win the fight. So, hey, hats off to Magny. That's all I can say there, right? Matthews wasn't able to pass the gatekeeper test, and he's just always going to be, in my opinion, just an average fighter in this division. Alberg passes another test with flying colors this time. Round 1 knockout. We were on Alberg from a side standpoint. I just didn't see it going that quickly. I definitely did see a TKO KO type of finish later in the fight, though. Not in round 1, guys. Definitely didn't see that. I like the over round 1.5. It definitely did not get there. I was surprised. Not surprised Alberg won, though. Reyes' chin issues came back. And Alberg just very calculated. Excellent striker, guys. I would love to see Alberg Pereira fight. But I also would like to see Alberg fight a wrestler. There's not many in this division. That's the only thing. All right? But like Alberg fights Ankalaev, he loses. Alberg has a shot against Pereira, in my opinion. I think the style's better from Ankalaev. Probably will be able to wrestle in that fight, even though we really haven't seen it a ton. He likes to strike as well. But yeah, Alberg, I just want to see him against a guy that can wrestle a little bit because all his matchups, no one's trying to take him down. So that will be interesting there. Pay-per-view run is on the line this week, 20-9, guys. Pay-per-view cards this year for pretty much most of the year. Average line plus money, guys, during this run. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, please rate 5-star, share with friends. It helps out a ton. YouTube, just give it a quick like. If you're not subscribed as well, please subscribe. I know more of my listeners are on Spotify and Apple, but the OGs are still over there on YouTube. Let's get right into this card, guys. Let's get into this card after a little water break. Let's get into it, guys. Ankalaev minus 275 versus Pereira plus 225. We've seen this matchup already, but hey, I'm not complaining. We're seeing it again. Close fight the first time. We were on the Ankalaev side. I got that plus money. And mainly due to my theory, right? Ankalaev, I said this 5 years ago, whenever it was, Ankalaev will be the champion one day, and he proved to be the champion. Now the question is, how long does he hold on to it? Does Pereira get the revenge? Anytime you see Pereira plus 225, you have to take a look. you have to look into this, guys. Pereira plus 225 definitely hard to stay off of, especially if you look back at that fight. Very close. Ankalaev did win the fight, but the fight was close. Let's be honest. Ankalaev 0 for 12 on takedowns. That's one thing that I thought he would have a little more success with, taking Pereira down. But he wasn't able to. Pereira's really improved that takedown defense, guys. It's very impressive. So if he's able to do that again, Pereira has a good shot in this fight. And that's why I believe this line is way too wide. I have Ankalaev as a favorite in this fight, maybe closer to minus 170. 275 is just too large here. Right? And again, I'm going to lean Ankalaev here due to just my, call from previous years on Ankalaev. I expect him to keep the belt for some time. But, guys, Pereira's live in this fight. I wouldn't be shocked if Pereira came back and won this fight. I don't think he was himself in that fight as well. You can tell during the fight. I believe he was traveling too much, maybe not as focused as he should be. You expect him to be focused here in the rematch. It's just when I look at it from a skill set to skill set, Ankalaev's a more well-rounded guy. He's a better MMA fighter at the end of the day. So I do believe he can try to mix in some takedowns again, use some control time, right? He stole that 5th round by just controlling Pereira against a cage. He's just a better mixed martial artist than Pereira. Pereira, better striker, but Ankalaev showed that he could stay with him, right? He pretty much won that fight because of his striking. Ankalaev's a very good boxer, guys. Has a kicking game as well. And he does have some wrestling in his back pocket. He just doesn't use it as much. First fight, we saw a decision. I would have to lean that way again. Right? Ankalaev's only been finished once, I believe, is by submission. That's not happening with Pereira. And Pereira, we have seen him chin checked, so it is possible, but Ankalaev's not really known for that big knockout power on the feet. It would be more like a TKO finish, in my opinion. Again, I see this fight going all 5 rounds. The over 4.5 is favored at minus 120. That's not a bad look as well. But we could see Pereira taking a little more chances in this fight. Does someone get caught if Pereira is taking some more chances and coming forward a little more? Because he wasn't in that first fight. First fight, he was more hesitant. So if he does take those chances, someone could get clipped, someone could get caught. So, not 100% on, the minus 4.5, over 4.5, minus 120. But I would lean that way if I had to bet it. Because I do believe these guys fought 10 times. This fight will go over the 4.5, or fight goes the distance, probably 7 of them, in my opinion. So that is enough for me to place a bet. But you can approve this price right on the outcome, taking Ankalaev by decision. That's how you improve the price here instead of laying that minus 275 if you like that. If you like Pereira, obviously just take him money line because it could be a finish, could be a decision win as well. I'm excited for this fight. I haven't placed a client bet on it as of yet, but Ankalaev is going to be the lean. Wouldn't be surprised if Pereira pulls it off. And like I said, guys, plus 225 ticket. Oh, it's so tempting. It's so tempting, especially how close that fight was. I just think Ankalaev is just the better MMA fighter all around. Co-main event, Dvalishvili minus 400 versus Sandhagen plus 300. Another big price, or a lot bigger. I believe it's a little overpriced in my eyes. I think Dvalishvili wins this fight, but Sandhagen could win this fight. He could catch him, and that's how I think he could win this fight. He's not going to win a decision. Dvalishvili wins decision every time he fights, right? The cardio, the wrestling, the chain wrestling, the nonstop pressure, the improved striking, the durability. He's a decision machine. That's the only way I could look, all right? Mirror by decision. Can't play this minus 400 price. You're going to pay up, though, mirror by decision. I see some minus 200s out there, right? So either way, you're paying up if you like Merab this weekend. Sandhagen plus 300, little value, sure. There's a little value. It's just, I don't know how much he's going to be able to keep the fight standing, right? He is the better striker than Merab, but we've seen Dvalishvili continue to beat the better striker. O'Malley, many guys, right? So that's not the worry. The worry is, can Corey keep this standing? We've seen Corey taken down multiple times, right? Most recently against a Nurmagomedov fight. He lost that fight, and Merab beat Nurmagomedov. This was just about a year ago. And why Corey lost that fight, Nurmagomedov was able to out-wrestle him. and take him down. How much has Corey improved his wrestling? You know, guys always say you can't improve your wrestling overnight. I mean overnight as like a year or two. You can maybe like improve your takedown stance or your takedown, how you approach it, but you're not just going to get better than the wrestler in a year or two. Right? So I don't believe Corey Sandhagen can keep this fight standing. If he does, he's live to catch Merab with a big shot. We've seen Merab hurt before on the feet multiple times. We've seen Sean O'Malley hurt him with a body kick late in that 5th round that almost put him down. So Corey, we know he's very creative striker. He can come with a flying knee, a spinning kick, or something that could catch Merab if Merab's not very careful. So I'm not all in on Merab, but the bet is Merab. Merab by decision. It's the only way I could look. Does a finish come? I doubt it. It would have to be a sneaky submission or TKO. It's Merab by decision if he wins this fight. That's the way I would have to look here. You can play the over in rounds as well. Pricing on the money line kind of gets me off Merab currently. Yuri Prohashka -160 versus Roundtree +140. Another great fight. Striker's delight. This is I can't wait to see that. It's two different style strikers. You can say both are calculated, sure, but Yuri throws more volume. And he's more awkward and wild, right? Roundtree, very calculated. Excellent kickboxer. And he's really come to his own. He's in his best form in his life right now. And that's why there is value here at +140 on Roundtree. I'll actually be staying away from a side here. I'll be staying away. If I do, I actually would have to get to Roundtree at +140. But Yuri's so dangerous, man. He's so dangerous, and I don't know how Roundtree is going to be able to handle the awkwardness, right? It's very difficult to bet against Yuri because you don't know how a fighter is going to approach the awkwardness and handle that size and power. So that's why I usually stay away from betting against Yuri. Sometimes I'll bet on Yuri, like I did against Jamal Hill. I took Yuri. In this fight, though, I think Roundtree is a very smart fighter. I think he's very calculated, and he should be able to avoid it. And we have seen he can take punishment in that Pereira fight. So my favorite play in this fight is probably the over 1.5 rounds. Sure, there could be an early stoppage because Yuri could be bringing the pressure. Maybe he does hurt Roundtree, or maybe Roundtree counters and hurts Yuri. But that will be my favorite play here, over 1.5. But Roundtree value at +140, guys, definitely. I just can't wait for this styles to clash. It's going to be a great fight. No grappling in this fight. Funny enough, though, Yuri will have a slight wrestling grappling advantage. I've said it before, though, and he just doesn't use it, guys. He doesn't have that in his game plan, I believe. If he does, he could win the fight that way. I believe he can take him down, use his power and strength to just bully Roundtree in that way. It's just we don't see it enough for me to be confident to say, yeah, that's how. I can't break down the fight and say, yes, Yuri's going to wrestle. You don't know, really, right? I just know he has that advantage, and he does have that in his back pocket if he wants to use it. Will he use it is the big question. And time again, he doesn't. So I can't say in this fight he will. Excited for this one, though, guys. If I do better, like I mentioned, I'm giving you a couple client plays here already, guys. Hopefully you've been listening. But yeah, the over 1.5 would be my favorite in this fight. It could go all three. I wouldn't be shocked. But both these guys do have the power to hurt the other guy. Zalal -450. This is way off in the pricing, guys. Emmett +350. Now, I do believe Zalal should be favorite due to I can just picture how the fight's going. Stick and jab, move around, run around like he did against Cater and win a decision. Now, he also does have a grappling advantage. So if Emmett tries to get this fight down to the ground, Zalal could use some sort of submission game here. Very good grappler, very high-level submission artist. So I do believe he should be favorite, but maybe -200, right? A lot younger fighter. Emmett's 40 now. So yes, I get why there's a larger price tag, but not -450. Zalal has not beat in anyone that I'm really excited about. Now, he beat Calvin Kattar. It was close. He lost the 3rd round. And Calvin Cater's at the end of his career, guys. Right? Jack Shore, other wins. Urins, Billy Cortello. And he has a draw against Blackshear. This is why he's not mine is 450 favorite, guy. You think he's not? This line is way off. It's impossible to bet Zalal here. The only way you can bet him is by decision, but you're going to have to pay up as well. So if you're taking a shot at Emmett plus 350, you're definitely taking a shot. But if you're a value bettor and like to bet underdogs, you could do worse, in my opinion. But like I said, I already see the vision for Zalal. Stick and jab, move, use some kicks in there. And if it does get to the ground, I believe he's the better grappler. So, yeah, Zalal, I believe, should win this fight. It's just impossible to bet. Even in the outcome, it's going to be a higher outcome by decision. But that'll be the play for podcast purposes here. And yeah, fight should go the distance. Like I said, if this ends, it would be like a submission from Zalal or Emmett catching Zalal with a big shot like he did against Bryce Mitchell. Possible. Just lower odds. So yeah, interesting fight. Interesting fight. Books are way off here in my opinion. We will talk the Pyfer and Magomedov fight, the fight that's opening up the main card. Another sneaky good fight. I think this whole main card is very good, guys. And Mago at plus 200, somewhat live here. I just think Pyfer may be too big and strong for him. And he does have power to hurt Magomedov. We saw Magomedov hurt at times. And Magomedov actually has worse cardio than Pyfer, if you can believe that. These two might be the worst cardio guys in this division. And we've seen Magomedov gas time and time again. So yeah, I do believe Pyfer finds a way here. Magomedov is live, but Pyfer, I just believe like he's underachieved. That's why I don't believe he's really worth this price, right? We've seen him slip up against Hermanson, lost that fight. Then he came back, won against Gaslam. Close fight, though. Wasn't able to take him down here. I think Pyfer may be able to take down Magomedov. So that'll be interesting to see if that fight goes that way. But if this goes into round 2 or 3, it's going to be advantage Pyfer. And you don't really say that often when Pyfer's fighting. But Magomedov has shown more cardio concerns to me than previous. So, yeah, this is good, interesting. Two big guys, two cardio guys. If you look at Magomedov's win, has been against smaller guys. Pyfer, big boy. So I do believe that's going to be the issue here. And I do believe that's why Pyfer gets a win. He's on a little 2-fight winning streak here now. I do believe he can go on a winning streak. I don't think he's ever going to be a top guy in this division. I do believe he has some flaws. I think his mental game is not great as well. But I do believe he finds a way to get the job done here. That will do it, guys. That will do it. Good card. Excited for this one. Enjoy it. If you do want the client card, head over to the website. Like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. Enjoy this card.